The Trinity of Affinity, Designer, Photo, and Publisher. Affinity Designer is an award-winning vector graphics software setting the new industry standard in the world of design, available for Windows, Mac OS, and iPad. The Affinity Suite is roughly around 9 years old, starting with Affinity Designer, which was released in October 2014, with Affinity Photo released in 2015, and Affinity Publisher, which is around 2019, which makes it around 4 years old. Affinity Suite is offered in a bulk purchase of the 3 apps. It's called Affinity version 2 Universal License. This means with only 1 license, you can install on Mac OS X, Windows, and iPad OS. Unlike in Adobe, it's only 1 computer and 1 user per license. No subscription as opposed to the Creative Cloud, which offers you monthly or annual rentals of their software. If you plan on buying them separately, it costs you around 3,490 pesos. That's one-time payment. Also separate pricing for the Windows version, for the Mac, and the iPad. This is the basic Affinity Designer 2 interface. We have the toolbar on the left, the panels on the right, and some additional operators above. This is the Affinity Photo 2 interface. Also on the left is the toolbar. We have the contextual menu above and the panels on the right. And last but not least, this is the Affinity Publisher interface. We have the toolbars on the left and a panel on the right. But the main difference is it has the Affinity Studio Link. Only Affinity Publisher has this one. Mainly because it actually combines all the 3 apps. That's why you can access them from that Affinity Studio Link area, and you make your workflow faster. From within Affinity Publisher, you can actually access capabilities of Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo. Again, just to recap, these are 3 apps with no subscriptions, productivity workflow game changer, and faster switching to your other apps. Okay, here we go. So our primary goal is to create a poster using Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, and Affinity Publisher. And our secondary goal is to get you familiar with how all 3 can be used in a mock design situation. Since I already have my 3 softwares from Affinity, Affinity Designer, Photo, and Publisher, I will go on ahead and go to Affinity Publisher and create a new document with a size of 18 by 24 inches with the 300 dpi. Next, we will import a picture of Albert Einstein with his tongue out. And place it accordingly on the document. We will also be needing a solid background, which we will be coloring darker later, for it to be placed behind the layer of Albert Einstein. So the next step would be to place a text with a headline like, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." I will be using Waltograph as the font. Repeat the process for the other elements as well. And then we'll be also having them right justified, grouping them later on so that they can be actually moved to any place that I prefer. Next step is to drop out Albert Einstein and take out the background from the image. Next step is to remove Albert Einstein's background. To accomplish this, we just have to press the Affinity Photo button from the Affinity Studio Link area. After switching to Affinity Photo, we will use the Quick Selection tool for this. We will be isolating Albert Einstein from his background by using the Quick Selection tool. After selecting Albert Einstein, we will have to mask his layer. We will be refining his selection. Now that Albert Einstein has a mask already on his layer, we will then proceed to the other steps. Also, we will be using a soft brush for us to fine-tune his selection a little bit more. And now we go to Affinity Designer to actually place a little bit of a border around the whole poster itself. And the border would have to be going at the back of Albert Einstein so that he can actually stand out. Now, we're going to add Albert Einstein's official signature and his name along with it. Now that we're done with the poster, here is the finished product.